we've heard from the ambassador about the opportunities that there are in Argentina, both the opportunities for tourism, thanks to its magnificent natural landscape, with the extent of the climatic variation within the country, and we've also heard about opportunities or the active role that the government is playing to create opportunities for investment there. Do we have a question about those investment opportunities? Yes?
Yeah.
What difference do you think entrance into the TRI, or now four nations, will make to Argentina's sports tourism?
I'll just repeat that because I don't think that everybody can. I don't think that everybody could hear. Oh, you're quite welcome to do it yourself. It says.
What difference do you think Argentina's entry to the TRI nations, or now the four nations, will make to your sports tourism culture?
Well, first, it will contribute to the professional development of rugby in Argentina, and it's something that is still not there yet. So it's and that will attract a specific crowd of people who following. If you look at every time that England plays abroad, brings around 40,000 people. In the case of South Africans and New Zealanders or Australians, maybe it's not a large crowd, but it's quite important. And it's people who goes, they love the sport, but besides, they will go around the country. And that also will be a part of our learning curve to deal with a specific crowd that in Argentina, rugby is well spread all around the country, but it's not strong as other sport. I mean, it's just a third sport. And people who, it's, I think the presentation that was made before the break was saying that what is very much part of the Saxon culture of South Africa, and includes that in terms of, for instance, the hospitality packages. We are not much into that. I mean, if you go to a soccer pitch in Argentina, you will not find those street hospitality. And that means the increase of the value of a ticket, if you do an hospitality package or a normal one, is 1,000%. We saw that in the prices that FIFA charge here. So it's, and that is a new culture that is going to be introduced, and that much more income entering into the country, plus a different type of crowd. And it's, but the main thing, the main achievement, it will be, obviously, and it's, you have the TV rights, you have the TV showing the four nations will be what will be the four nations all around the world, and that will bring people all around the world. I mean, it's, that is a big issue, besides what is the development of professional rugby in Argentina. That is an important thing in itself.
Ambassador, thank you for that. We have a question over here.
A similar kind of question, but in relation to the Dakar. Of course, as a South African and an African, we are sad to have lost the Dakar, but it certainly looks as if it's been very positive for Argentina and Chile, and you showed us a very powerful presentation on the Dakar. Maybe you'd just like to reflect on the impact of what the Dakar has done for sport tourism in Argentina.
Well, first, that I think that Dakar is going to stay forever in Argentina, even it's going to be called Dakar. It's, the differences of what was Dakar behind is, besides that it's a beautiful country and it's more challenging from the sport point of view, is the warmth of the people watching that. You saw that there. Only in the departure of the race, there were 800,000 people along the roads watching the departure. I mean, and that creates a totally different environment for developing the sport in itself. And obviously, all the activities that are related with the Dakar race are supported by the governments of Argentina and Chile, and they're developing the infrastructure, supporting. I mean, it's a big event, much more than when it was done in Africa. It's nothing against. It's a reality. It's a fact. And that is why I think that Argentina reiterated his willingness to keep hosting that event. So it was not really much in terms of people coming. It was mainly a domestic issue. So people started to support and be linked to those activities. And has a lot of touristic impact, because anyone who see this video, I said, what a beautiful country, so I'm going to visit there. But that also will depend how we will be able to promote our country in Europe and America and all these destinations. And by the way, so I'm very glad that the first Dakar race, the motorbike in 2009, was won by South African for the first time in Dakar history.
Great. Ambassador, before we let you go, I wonder whether you could share with us. It's some time now since I think Buenos Aires made a bid to stage the Olympic Games. How does the country's bidding schedule look going forward? Are there plans to look again for the two really big ones, for the Olympic Games and for the FIFA World Cup in the years to come?
Well, it's not official, but there is an intention to bid for the World Cup together with Uruguay in 2030.
Okay. That's when you heard it here first, folks, if it's unofficial. So
yeah,
far,
it's not unofficial, but we are working on it.
And I take it that will be accompanied by a program of refurbishment and new build of stadiums?
Yeah, of course, yeah, because the last stadiums that they were built were for the World Cup in 1978. Mm-hmm. I mean, they are still great, but they obviously need to be upgraded. But, you know, in Argentina, something that is, you don't have that in any other country in the world. Every club, big club, has his own stadium.
Sure.
So, and only in Buenos Aires, you have more than 20 stadiums that you can have between 40 and 80,000 people. Mm-hmm. And they are empty every, and even Sunday. So it's, besides you have big stadiums all around the country. So the soccer culture is there, so and the logistical and the tourist infrastructure is there. So obviously there are stages that need to be upgraded, but if there is a commitment to do, we have 20 years to go. So it's, I suppose that even for a Latin, 20 years is enough time to do that.
Okay, one very final thing. We spoke this morning, I know that you weren't here, about the potential of smaller events to make an impact. And in the last couple of months, Argentina and Rosario, I think, largely has staged the IRB, the Rugby Youth Cup. What sort of impact did that have, both domestically, and did that have any significant tourist impact?
Well, I mean, when you have a city like Buenos Aires that's the federal district plus the suburbs is 13 million people, that is an integrated urban area. And as soon there is a sport event, people go everywhere. I mean, it's mainly increasing the domestic expenditure in tourism. That's happened. And people in countries that we have 7% inflation a year, people spend money instead of saving. And that's why we have so many holidays.
We're very good at that in our family as well. I'd just like to say it's not just you. Ambassador, thank you very much indeed for your time and for your contribution today.
Thank you to you.